But where was I going? Oh, I forgot where I was going with this point. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back, and if you're new, welcome to the wonderful world of me, ZaynahDee. Today's video is a little cheeky chat about hair, if you haven't guessed from the title. But before we get started, don't forget to check out some videos from the past few weeks, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. But without further ado, let's get going. So as you can tell from the title, we're talking about why I cut my hair, and also talking about alopecia awareness, because I have been diagnosed with alopecia areata, which I will talk about a bit more in the video. Up until last year, April 2020, I had quite a bit of hair. Like, if you want to go by like downward standards of growth, my hair came maybe up to about here, a bit lower. It was past my scar, so it was about here-ish. It was fairly healthy. People would always compliment me on my hair, like when I did twist outs or just like little cute hairstyles and stuff. So, you know, I had a fair amount of hair. It wasn't particularly thick. I think I had like normal kind of hair. So if you ask me why I cut my hair, like, I've got two answers. The short answer would be because I wanted to, which is true. Like, I wanted to cut my hair. I had been toying with the idea of cutting my hair since like the beginning of the year, even before that, so the beginning of 2020. But I was shook. The first reason was obviously I was scared. Like, one, I was scared it wouldn't suit me. I was scared I wouldn't look good. Like a lot of, I guess, like a lot of females, like a lot of people, I had definitely bought into that notion, that lovely ideal that, you know, long hair equals beauty, long hair equals length. And so I was scared that like if I cut my hair, I'd just look clapped, basically, which is not the case. Like, my goal had always been length. Like, I always said I wanted to brush up length hair and stuff. But the goal should always be healthy hair, and with healthy hair, like, length may come. I was kind of fixated on, I wanted to, like, the length of my hair to be popping, to be banging. And also I'd also come to love my hair as well. Me and my hair have gone through a journey. Like, I had natural hair up until I was 11, and going into year 7 I thought I was big and bad, because I used to like do the hairstyle with the bobbles, like generic black girl hairstyle from youth. And she also used to thread my hair as well. So I didn't want to go into secondary school with bobbles in my hair, and I didn't want to go into secondary school with the threaded thing. I didn't want people to like make fun or laugh or, you know, be ignorant. So I was like, Mum, can you perm my hair, you know, so I can just look after it. So Mum was like, you're gonna regret it, you're gonna regret it. And I regretted it. So in year 9 I went natural, and then but my natural hair just didn't look like what I thought natural hair looked like. I didn't know like what the hair types were, and obviously I never having dealt with my hair. My mum would thread my hair, so it was basically like straight, like a blowout, and then she would put in the bubbles. And so I never really understood that I had like tightly coiled hair other than a wash day. And, you know, I compartmentalized that because it was painful. So I didn't really, also when I started doing my own hair, and I blow dry it, and my ends would get really like coily, and I straighten it, like not knowing that's healthy. Like, my hair was so healthy. So then I decided, no, I'm going to texturize my hair, because it's less, you know, it's less damaging than permanent. The ingredients are the same. So I texturized my hair. Then I thought I was cute doing like wash and goes, because I had ringlets, and then I just didn't look after it. And so there's pictures of my, like, when I wet my hair, and I have no curl pattern. I have waves. Like, I've got like Michael Jackson waves. My hair was so damaged. So when I was 21, on around my 21st birthday, I came home, I had one last perm, and I was like, I'm going natural. Obviously, so from 21 to I was 25 when I cut my hair. You know, I was still trying to figure out what to do with my hair. And yeah, so it was just the last few years, like, I had started learning different styles, different twist outs. I still have like a cane roll, but that will be what I'll do when my hair gets a bit longer. But I just come to start loving my hair, and just loving, you know, the natural process, and just looking after my hair, learning what products go with it, learning what my hair likes, learning different styles and stuff. And so I felt like cutting my hair, I was doing myself an injustice, and I felt like, oh, do I not love my hair anymore? But no, no, that wasn't the case. But also another factor of why I didn't want to cut my hair was because I had recently been diagnosed with alopecia areata. It's an autoimmune like disease where your immune system attacks your hair follicles and can cause balding. Sometimes it's not noticeable, and sometimes, but usually the bald spots are up to like the size of like a 10p piece. Alopecia areata is basically the definition of it being your own people. Like your own body is just out here just making you lose hair. So I want to say November. I was taking out my hair from like a hairstyle. I think I had like done box braids. I was taking it out and I just touched my hair and I just felt like a bald patch. My mum was like, no, it's the parting, like how you part your hair. And I was like, no, I'm so sure it's not. So I took a picture and I'll place it. It'll be here somewhere. And I just had like a massive bald spot, and it was like here. So the bald spot was about here, or like maybe a bit more up here. And then I parted more of the hair, and there was another one, and they were just two massive bald spots. One was the size of like a 50p, and one was the size of like a £2 coin, which is pretty much the same size. And then there was like a tuffet of hair in between, like saving it. It was like an old man trying to save it, like a comb over and stuff, and I was distraught. Like I was like, I'm going bald. So I immediately got a doctor's appointment, and he was just basically said it should grow back. So I became fixated on basically finding out styles to cover the bald patches, and I became a lot more stressed and stuff. And even to this day, I don't really know what my trigger is, because like people say it's often stress, but I just don't know what my trigger is. So I didn't want to cut my hair because I wanted to cut my hair low. And I didn't want the bald patches showing. Like I just didn't want to have to explain, oh yeah, I'm balding, blah blah blah, because you know people make fun of people who are balding. I've done it before. Like you'll make jokes when people have like bald patches and stuff. So I just didn't want to be the butt of people's jokes. So yeah, I became fixated on my hair growing. Like I've deleted a few of them, but I had so many pictures, like, and I'd take screenshots and take a picture and just look at the growth, and obviously my doctor was like, that's always not good as well, because now you've got physical stress which is not helping your hair grow. So it got to April, we were in our first lockdown, and I had been toying with the idea of cutting my hair anyway. And I was like, if I don't like it realistically, I can just put a headscarf on. I love a good headscarf. Like I love a cheeky headscarf. I got quite a few, so if I don't like it, I can just put a headscarf on, let it grow out to a decent length, and then we'll be back to where we'll be back to the length I started out when I was transitioning. So it's not really a thing. So you know when people say like sometimes you carry negative energy in your hair, I feel like that was it for me. The whole stress of like the alopecia diagnosis I just felt a bit stressed, and I felt like I was carrying that in my hair, and I think I just cut it off. Yeah, I just cut it. My mum was not too pleased, but I would literally, at the time I was like, it's just hair and it will just grow back. Like it would just grow back. So yeah, I started posting pictures and just putting things on YouTube, and then like basically like my worst fears came true. The response I got from people were just like, oh my god. And it was, I think for me, it was like the whole beauty, like your hair, your beauty is wrapped up in your hair came sort of crashing onto me, because it was the men, it was mostly the men, and some of the comments I got was just like, oh, if you was my girl, I would never let you cut your hair, like how could you do that? One guy was even like, I just prefer girls with natural hair, and I was like, pardon? I was like, I haven't done anything to my hair other than cut it. It wasn't even a lot of comments, like I'm not that popular, but it wasn't like loads of comments of like, oh yeah, I just don't like your hair. It was just like, it was from people who I thought, a lot of it was from like guys who had tried to like move to me, and I had been like, no thank you, or just yeah. And I was just thinking, does this like, are you coming, is it making you feel better that I've cut my hair now, so now you don't want me because I didn't want you? That's what I was getting, and I was just like, well, this is the reason why I didn't really want to fuck with you, because look at your behaviour. Men have the most to say about women's hair. They have opinions on wigs, weaves, extensions, permed hair, natural hair, like the length of your hair, the colour of your hair. They just have the most to say. Focus on your own hair. Like your beard doesn't connect, sir. So shh, keep him and let me do with my hair, and you deal with your hair, and we'll just leave it at that. Because I just think it was mad when I started getting into the comments. It was just like, it was like a rebirth. I think I look good, number one. So, and then obviously people were giving me compliments and stuff, and people were like, oh, but your natural hair was like so lovely now. And this is where I was literally like, it's just hair and it will grow back. And people were like, you know, it's true, like it's true. And if you like it, it suits you. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. And even like now, my hair it's never gone back to its original like fullness and thickness. Like if I touch my hair like here and stuff, I can still feel the patches, or where the hair is no longer as dense. Like on my back where one of the bald patches was, I can feel like the hair. I think the hair's even changed texture. Like my hair's always been 4C, 4B kind of hair. The hair in the back here just feels like type 3 hair. Like there's very little curl pattern. It's so soft. And then I just pull it over my hair and I can just feel like little dense patches. And so obviously me and my hair journey were still going on, but I think if I hadn't cut my hair, I wouldn't have been so free. And like obviously now, even now, I've still been cutting it. One, because I'm getting to that stage now where it's an awkward stage, I don't really know what to do with it. But two, I just feel so free. That's another thing. No one said how free you would feel. Like you literally, all societal standards are just not dropped yet, but you like you turn your back to it, and you knowingly turn your back to it. You're just like, peace. I don't need long hair to feel like a woman. I felt like more of a woman with less hair, to be fair. With less hair, I learned to love myself a bit more then, and I think I needed to, especially with that whole alopecia thing and stuff. And just, yeah, I didn't realise how much weight and how much importance and stuff we put on hair of women. It's just a lot. And so although like the diagnosis and stuff was not the best, and obviously I could go bald again at any point, I'm actually scared with pregnancy and postpartum shedding and balding, because I just feel like the odds are not in my favour. Like my hairline's already fucked up. That's another thing about my hair that I'm like, yeah, it's just less pressure with less hair. I do obviously miss styling my hair and stuff. Like I do miss a cheeky twist out and stuff like that, and that will obviously come. Like there will be a point where I will grow my hair. I am worried that if I grow my hair to a certain length, it's not going to fill in the places where it should, and I think that's a fear of mine. That's also kind of why I've kept my hair short. And I would recommend everyone cutting their hair. I just think it's such a release. Anything has taught me, I think we need to let go of the societal standards when it comes to black women and their hair. Like, fuck off, respectfully, and even so, not respectfully. Like, as I said before, like, there's always, and it's like mostly black men, like they have the most to say about black women's hair sometimes. And obviously women give us good as we get. We'll talk about like men's hairlines receding backwards, or their beards not connecting and stuff. But yeah, so for me, in terms of managing my alopecia, there are things that I can obviously do that will help not trigger like more balding. Just little things like managing my stress, my diet, just supplements and stuff. I think like if it got really bad, then I could go to the doctors, and after a while, you know, talk about cortisone shots and stuff. But for me, I'm okay. I watched so many videos as well on YouTube about people with alopecia areata and just what they did and stuff. And you know, it's a lot of topical treatments, but it is also like what you put inside your body. So if there's anyone out watching there who has alopecia areata and they feel the type of way, you know, like there's nothing you can do about it. You have to learn to love the new version of yourself, the new version of your hair, and fingers crossed, like God willing, it will grow back. It might not grow back fully, and that's still something that like I'm coming to terms with, the fact that my hair it's never gonna be the same. It's never gonna be the same, but it's okay. Like it's just hair. It is just hair, but you need to come to terms with the fact that it's just hair. It needs to be just hair on your terms and not just hair on other people's terms. And I think that's really important. For me, it's just my hair. It doesn't change me as a person. It doesn't change that I'm cute. So yes, that is the long and short, mostly the long, of why I cut my hair, and also just a little bit about alopecia areata, because I feel like it's fairly common, but there's not much known about it and stuff. So I just thought I'd throw my 2 cents into the pool. Splash. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if this video was insightful, and let me know any, you know, defining moments in your hair journey if you have any. I will of course be back with another video, but until then, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up and you are subscribed and you are up to date on all my videos, and I will see you next week. Peace. Mwah.